chicken morsel.
While he's trying to get through with that one, Kuro donates $10. Metadash eats the spicy wings. Meta gets to choose where this money goes if he has to eat the spicy wings, which he did. Also,
oh, yeah, I left that part out when I originally read it. Excuse me for a second here. Last year. That was adorable.
And from Camilla, $30. You
hey,
delivered.
Babe.
That flexing was amazing. Really made my morning. As
Oh,
promised, here's another donation. $20 towards deponifying Meta.
No.
Yes.
He's a human.
I need a computer.
And along with Borg, here's $5 each to the trainer being Borg and rival being Rocket in Pokemon White 2. Good luck with all the runs for the rest of the marathon. You got this, Spud. Try hard, try hard, try hard. Lots of love from Spud Waifu.
It might look like I'm hitting these things in a really like awkward order, but like certain NPCs will like move when you pick up particular statues, and you'll be able to actually see this if you look over all the way over onto the right-hand side as I'm climbing this ladder. You'll see that there's two girls standing in front of a door, and I wouldn't actually be able to go through there at the moment. But when I pick up this statue here, they'll start moving, and I'll be able to get to the final one. And that's like true for a whole bunch of areas in here. So the way that I do it is the fastest way that I've found to do it without going out of your way too much.
I should have eaten it when it was warm. I feel it's too cold now. It's been a while.
So I mean, the fact that we made a 3.5 minute detour there to pick up this spell should give you an idea of how important it is later on in the run. You also get a whole bunch of other items. I get a slot seed, which is useful, and a Kellalon heart, which is useless, and something else, which is also useful. I think it's like a seal blocker. I might end up selling that. It's an accessory anyway, and I might sell it if I desperately need money later on in the run. But it shouldn't come down to anything that tight. Alright, I've already done all my menuing for the next fight, so we should be able to run straight in. The next fight's not actually a boss, it's just a random encounter that you have to fight. It's guarding a thing that allows you to advance into the next area. Alright, so pretty much anyone who's played this game has been lost in this room, or in this mansion, and it's not that difficult of a layout, but there is like this time travel mechanic to it, and if you basically ignore the time travel mechanic and just remember which door goes where, it sort of just has the layout of a regular room, so as you're sort of going through, it's just easier to think of it as like a normal set of rooms, but there is like a past and a present area in here, which can throw people off, and it definitely threw me off. I was lost in here for ages on my first playthrough. First couple of playthroughs, actually.
I remember right, I didn't actually have much of an issue here.
Yeah, you didn't have much of an issue with Ancient Temple either.
True.
And everyone has got lost in there before.
Except me.
Except you.
It wasn't that bad.
Where are my turntail shoes? They're just not there.
They just disappeared. Like, you'll come out of
They're not on anyone. Who did I put them on? What?
Is this the forced encounter?
Oh, yes.
Excuse me. Spud, please!
I got distracted, alright?
He was too busy looking at the spicy hot wing for me.
You know what it is? I did all my menuing too early. I usually do the menuing like right before this, and it puts me in the right mindset.
I'm sticking with what I said.
Yeah. That was definitely worthy of it. That freaked me out though. I do have this habit of finding like useless glitches in things, so my mind like just jumps to that whenever something weird happens, even though it's my fault.
Even though it's my fault.
So the idea with this fight is that I've queued up a whole bunch of like really long casting abilities, and they're all sort of, I'm trying to get them all to like land at the same time to deal as much damage in one turn as I can. The reason for that is that the white-looking dudes down the bottom have like this drain HP ability, and they'll just keep healing themselves over and over and over again.
Oh, I hate Soul Food so annoying.
It does way too much damage at this point in the game.
I agree so much.
But basically, by triggering all these prisms and shadow at the same time, I should be able to kill all the white dudes in one turn. It doesn't deal any damage to the back row dudes though, so they're getting killed with Gamble. Hopefully Mac will finish off at least 2 of them. Might get 3 if I'm lucky. By the way, really bad Gamble so far. Gamble is being used at the moment, but it's not really being abused. It's just being used because it's slightly better than using a physical attack. We'll learn later on that Gamble can be cast by what are normally physical damage dealers, and it will still deal a decent amount of damage.
Alright, we have some new donations. From Kuro, $15? Kuro writes, only 3 spicy wings left. If Meta's gonna eat some, he should have a feast. I donate these $15 to get him a whole new pound of wings. I'm sorry, Kuro, but that's not how $15 works here. You see, it's wings night. They're $5 a pound.
Oh, God.
We can get him 3 pounds of spicy wings.
See, if you're gonna do that to me, then I have to take my shirt off, because I need to make sure I have all the space I need.
Okay, sorry, we won't be getting him 3 pounds of wings.
But we can do 1.
Yeah, I think 1 is acceptable.
I disagree.
Hey guys, look, Turntail works again.
Alrighty, Humbum sends in $10, saying potato handle to play FF7, Guerril Rules Hardcore Mod Speedrun.
Ah, G-Joe Rule. G-Joe Rules is how I say that.
Ah, thank you. Okay, maybe not. Best of luck with Lost Odyssey.
I've already played that. I've got through like nearly all of that, except I couldn't beat the last boss because it required like a whole bunch of grinding.
Oh. Humbum goes on to say, I was going to put this towards naming Kate Sith Viking Kara for FF7, but no, I'd rather put it towards Meta eating the wings.
And hey there, Hubbub.
Car donation now. I've hit it big.
Aristotrix writes, I don't know who this diabetes guy is, but it sounds like everyone wants him gone. So if you'd be so kind as to give me their address, I'll deal with them personally once and for all. Then the money could be used for more constructive purposes, like a home for wayward kittens. All kidding aside, a suggestion to name Edgar in FF6 JDRF. And then Aristotrix goes on to say, or if impossible, some other stuff, but it is most certainly possible to put it towards naming Edgar, a very cool character, JDRF, after our favorite charity.
Shout out to Aristotrix.
And
He's from Montana.
oh, and just in case I forgot to mention it, Aristotrix, that was a $50 donation.
Wow.
Finally, we have Giant Attack Dundee with a $10 donation. A donation to name the trainer in Pokemon ZT5K of God in recognition of the one true savior of the European King of Fighters scene, Adam Heenan, After this shining Adonis absolutely annihilated all competition at Hype Spotting 2014, Scotland's largest competitive Pogs tournament. What an obscure reference, but okay, thank you nonetheless.
I'm going out of my way to pick up a few things in this area. Most of them are bombs. There was also a mana capsule, which is a much better mana item that I'm able to get it like from stores and stuff at the moment. That's sort of for safety. There's a good chance it'll end up just getting used on disc 4, but it's pretty handy to pick up now just in case something goes wrong elsewhere. This puzzle, as far as the speedrun is concerned, I've just got to select pot, which will open the right door and allow me to get the item I need to progress. And there'll be one more item I've got to pick up, and then I can go through the center area. Oops. Wrong time. There was a optional boss that was, I was considering putting in as a donation incentive that would have required me to go and pick up a few extra things in this area. But it actually used to be part of the route, and I have no idea why I considered it a viable part of the route, because it was an absolutely horrifying fight. It was probably worse than the final boss, or the final boss rush. I'm sure they were delicious.
Wait, this was a speedrun? I thought this was torture. This was a torture meta time with 7 class take it down. Yeah.
Oh yes, tart. I was going to have some of those, but then I realized that it's probably not a great idea to start chewing stuff when I've got a microphone about 1 inch away from my face. That's the thing. That's like a, you know, home strats. You just get something to chew on to, yeah. Thank you. I might get desperate. I might have one later. It's already on. No. These hitboxes are a pain in the butt. Sort of, you've got to come like approach from the southern end and like aim upwards to hit these things hitboxes. There's actually a really, really important item in here that I need for disc 4, but I can't pick it up yet. I know exactly where it is, but I need to need to upgrade my treasure locator so that Kime knows where it is.
It's like, Kime, please.
It's like just over onto the right-hand side next to that pole. I could pick it up like right now and it would save like 7 minutes on disc 4, but no, Kime doesn't want to do that. Like, trust me, dude, it's there. I need it. What's going on? People hype for more wings?
No.
I'll pitch in 20, that's 4 pounds, right?
What?
Spot, please!
Remember, you're sleeping in the same room.
I'd just like to say I don't think we need to buy any more wings. I already see 2 on the couch.
You know, it's sad that all of my abilities cannot be used at this marathon because I've agreed to something that something bigger than me has asked me to do. And the amazing thing is I've gone 2 days and I've followed them. I think that's an accomplishment in and of itself when it comes to me. I mean, for crying out loud, my shirt is still on. There's something, I mean...
Just a moment.
Reflected applied fire preposition. No, I'm like crying with my shirt off in there. I feel so wrong with this on all day.
Who put this icky thing on me?
I want to come off.
So this boss is kind of interesting. It's pretty much going to do no damage to me, but it's going to be dealing damage to the sorceress in the middle. So the idea is that I basically got to save her. This is where Gamble starts to really come into play, because physical attacks aren't really all that useful here, and I can't really, there's no real easy way to upgrade them. So this is where I'm going to start using Gamble on my physical attackers.
With the exception being Jansen is using Force because we don't have a way to give him Gamble.
Yeah, well, Force is a pretty good way to go. Like, it really doesn't matter. Like, the Gamble damage range, on average, is going to be about the same as the Force.
Yeah.
So I've got the red copper band on me. I just cast Force. I don't know. I usually just pick one at random, to be honest. I suppose Force is probably better for marathon safety because it always does like a good amount of damage. But Gamble can hit higher, but it can also hit lots lower. You also realize I didn't heal in this fight. Yeah, I'm not going to take any damage. The only way you can take damage in this fight is if you Meta's pointing. What are you pointing at?
There was something I was thinking. I know this is spoilers, but you're fighting an immortal. So, why is there an HP bar?
She's just going to get back up after 2 turns.
Oh, who knows? Maybe you're beating the spirit of it or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
It should be a case of, like, you know, just kill her and then wait for the
Yeah, just wait for her.
wait for the bodies of thought to go away and then just like
everything's cool now.
yeah, it's like it's fine. You're just get up. It's
Time's
fine.
like, we got this. Walk away.
well, okay. So what is the meta is a pony, meta is a human? What is that at?
Before I total that up, I'd like to say there was an anonymous donation by someone in the room for $15 that says, Meta Sparkle for best pony. I love you, Dashy. Put on the pretty, pretty hat.
Why are you looking at me, Driscoll?
So it turns out I was lying. I am going to be doing physical attacks because my gambles are completely garbage and Kaim has run out of MP as a result of it. So he's going to take a bit of damage, but he's got plenty of health, so it's all fine. I sort of just realized something.
Not even the good hat.
Do you have the good hat? I've never actually seen you wear that yet.
Wait, what, this?
No,
The other hat?
the other hat.
Oh, yeah, the other hat's way better. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like nobody will donate for the other hat, which is so much better. They all donate for this thing that I don't like.
That object.
You know what I think is wonderful?
What?
You put the hat on before asking me, or before waiting for an answer of what the totals are actually at.
Because I know that human is losing.
Human has $65.
Yeah, Dashi has like 90.
It's not that bad. Pony has 86, with 75 of that having been Rainbow Dash.
Nice.
So I'm still losing. It doesn't matter.
No, we're all winning.
You're all winning. Everybody in the chat and you guys here are winning. I'm the loser. Even the Dragonite is winning, and I mean,
Good Dragonite.
I want to yell at it. I feel so guilty.
It's too cute.
Don't yell at my girlfriend, alright?
You know the terrible thing is this is no different than anything that would happen on a normal stream. You know, it's like this is a normal meta stream, sadly. Well, almost a normal meta stream.
Okay, so for those of you looking to get in on the Is Meta a Human or a Pony donation bidding war, I'd like to remind you that's actually listed under Crystal Chronicles where all of this started, but that bidding is still open and still rolling.
And it will continuously roll. As long as I sit on the couch, it will roll. If I'm off the couch, it doesn't work. So if you want it to keep happening, unfortunately, you're going to have to find a way to keep me on the couch.
Way to lay down the law, Meta. I'd also like to take this opportunity to say that it's only going to be about an hour and a half to 2 hours until we have to cut off some Pokemon donation incentives. And I know that seems kind of early, but it's because a safety save still has to be made before the run based on the results of those donation incentives. So we are looking for the trainer's name, the trainer's gender, the starting Pokemon's name, and the rival's name. Those four need to be decided within about the next hour and a half to 2 hours so that we can make that safety save. So get those bids in.
Speaking of safety saves, there's pretty much no chance that I'm going to die on the next fight, but the problem is if I do, I have to do Old Sorceress again, and that would cost me about 25 minutes. And it's also a good midpoint of the disc, you know, in case like something horrible like a power outage happens. So I'll be saving there.
What Spud is saying is he's actually had power outages in Australia during this.
Yes, I have, and it's not pretty. So this is another, it's not a boss fight, just a forced random encounter that you can't run away from. It's pretty easy, as long as you've got the right setup, because these things have like no health. So you can just use Shadow on them. So most of the people are going to be doing nothing while they're just waiting for Shadow to go. Unfortunately, Shadow's like a really slow cast, so we're going to have to wait through 6 turns of these things attacking me until those Shadows go off. There is a dude in the back row who's also going to counter any spell that he's hit with, and we're going to try and beat him with magic still. Even though he's got a really high magic defense, he's going to counter it all because my physical attacks are still really bad. So I've got to sort of get lucky. Yeah, the counters actually do a fair bit of damage, but because it only counters on the person who cast it, and all the people who cast it are in the back row, and the GC is almost full, it does almost no damage, so it's nothing to really worry about. So physical attacks are pretty handy. They don't do a huge amount of damage though. She can attack because she isn't learning anything at the moment, and she can't and he can. You can learn things off a dead mortal, so because Ming is the only person who's learning something off a model at the moment, she can't attack, otherwise she'll lose the SP. But both Sarah and Mac can, because Sarah's not learning anything, and Mac he isn't learning anything either, because he's teaching, and he can teach while he's dead for some reason.
It's like, here, learn off my corpse.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. But if that gamble hadn't killed it, then it would have countered with gamble, and because of the way gamble works, it would have ignored the GC, and I would have taken a huge amount of damage from it most likely.
Especially because they're a lot higher level, and the way in gamble is like based off your level.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
They can hit for about almost 2,000.
Yeah.
With gamble, and Mac has 500 health, I think. Same with Sarah, so you really want it to be able to kill it in that one turn. The alternative is to kill it with physicals, but that usually takes a couple of turns. So. The lack of experience is the only real loss there, and it's not a huge loss, because the main people who need to have experience are still getting it.
Forgive me.
This area here is the first instance where there's a power drink to pick up, where I'm not going to pick it up. It's over off to the right. You've got to take a little bit of damage to walk through the swamp to get it, and it takes a fair bit of time to walk over there and back. And I actually don't need any more power drinks until the third disc, and by the third disc we can actually create them. Which takes a bit of time, but it doesn't take quite as much time as going over to get this one, so we'll be skipping it for now. But we used to pick it up in the run, because for the longest time we didn't realize that we could actually make them. So now we get to the middle point of the run, and then we just make like tons and tons and tons of them.
And we've also found closer power drinks.
Yeah, also, that's correct as well.
You gonna make another donation?
So, on that topic, we just received a donation from Matt Dietzo, who said, "Human, please, Rainbow Dash is OP, please nerf." So it looks like Meta Sigma's troubles are over with that, just insufficient $15 donation. But thank you so much for your generosity.
So wrong.
Come on, go home. Get a bit of a wander then. I'm going to go slightly out of my way to pick up this chest over here. This will have a thing called the Scroll of Dissection in it. And that allows whoever has it equipped to use the ability Cut Down, which you would have seen during the Tolton section, closer towards the end of Disc 1. I'm only going to use that once, and it's going to be sort of in the middle of Disc 3.
So it's very handy.
Yes, it is. It's just going to be equipped for one fight. We're not going to learn the ability, but something to mention about this area too is that this area is like full of holes in the ground, and I'm running through here in a very, very specific way and getting wedged on a ramp, which I've never been wedged on before. That was interesting. That was interesting.
Never been wedged on before?
I was wedged on it. You saw it.
Please.
But yeah, there's a whole bunch of little holes there. You're meant to use these little firefly things so that you can see them easily, but even when you've got the firefly, they're really hard to see. But yeah, I know the way through that area now without having to slow down. But I did go slightly too far over to the right. So next up is Rough Queen, and Rough Queen is interesting because if I get bad luck, I want it to be really bad luck. I don't want medium luck. Medium luck is really bad. I'm going to end up using Gamble to take her out, but if she ends up in critical HP, or even just slightly low HP, she's got a really high chance of running away, and if she runs away, I've got to do all of the pre-fights again. The pre-fights are coming up now, and I'm just going to be running away from them, but I do have to run into 3 of them to trigger the boss fight. And yeah, I have to fight 3 of them this time. If she runs away, I think it's kind of random how many times you've got to run into these fights again, but because of the loading and the turntail animation and just the fact that the things can sometimes attack you and all that, it actually does waste a hell of a lot of time.